I'm going to sound like the millennial that I am, and I will say, well, when I was young and I was going to brick and mortar bookstores to buy a book or to a brick and mortar library to pick a book, I had most of the time no idea what I was getting. Well, you got the general aspects, like it's a thriller, it's a mystery, it's a historical thing, it's an autobiography, but this was it. Nowadays you get an exact listing of tropes. If you go on Amazon, most of the indie authors, in an attempt of bringing as much readers as possible, are going to list all the tropes in the beginning of the blog. Just if you don't believe me, go and check it out. So the book became less of a mystery, and you are maybe less excited about what you're going to find in there and what you're going to read, because you kind of sort of already know. Like, one of the big tropes that's happening now, especially in romance, is enemies to lovers. I can go with big examples like Miss Violet and Xaden, who are all over the place, or like, why not Feyre and Rhys, because she considered him his enemy, because he was Tamlin's enemy, so he also became her enemy, and she was afraid of him, and she considered that he used her and he actually protected her. But it's not the point. The point is that you enter a book and you know exactly what you're going to get. You're going to get enemies to lovers, you are going to get friends to lovers, you're going to get fated mates, you're going to get rejected mates. Fated and rejected mates being especially big into the werewolf romance. But you also have the similar tropes, or tropes that are always getting hit in apocalypse stories or in zombie stories. Most of the time you have the big mouth main character who always says something cool or something funny, and he is the action hero and he cracks a joke even though, I don't know, he bleeds from 5 places on his body, and he should be there like that, half dead and not being able to think straight. And you have the trope of searching a family member or of trying to reunite your family. You just leave and you just go to the other side of the country or the continent or wherever, because there's your estranged son or your estranged ex-wife or whoever. And if they are not there, I always say that actually the road is more of the purpose of the story than the actual end. Or you try to find sanctuary. A lot of the apocalyptic books are built on the idea that the characters are looking for a place, a sanctuary. So you get at least one volume of adventure during the time when they are looking for a place to stay. I don't care if it's a building somewhere, if it's a bunker, a military compound, some like the sanctuary in The Walking Dead, where they walked down the railroad and went to the sanctuary where they had food, shelter, and protection. Because if you think about, these are the basics: food, medicine, shelter, protection. Things that you want to have in the zombie apocalypse. You want somewhere logical. Let's think about it. You want a place where zombies cannot bite your ass, because this is a very unceremonious way to be turned into a zombie. You also want a place where you get some grub, even if it's not great, but hey, it's better than nothing. And at some point after you get through the zombie apocalypse diet, and maybe you had a half can of, I don't know, disgusting, what's disgusting? Pick something pickled disgusting, like pickled broccoli or something, and you actually loved it, and you would have eaten the other half can, but you had to share it with your group or with your partner or with whomever. You're going to eat whatever. You don't care. You would eat a damn root if it would be eatable and if it would help you. So you want some food. If you're hurt, what do you want? You want medicine. You want somebody who maybe has some medical qualification to help you out, to help you get back on track. So this is another tempting thing. Third thing, what do you want? You want safety. You want a place where you can sleep without anyone actually coming to kill you, bite you, rob you, grape you. Just pick whatever you could be scared of. So how much are you willing to give up to have food, safety, and medical care? These are three things, three basic needs of the human creature that we often forget, and that are tropes in the zombie apocalypse. Because how often were you fascinated while you read a story where the main character was looking for something super basic, like toilet paper, or he was just raiding for, I don't know, something specific for high blood pressure for somebody in his group, or maybe they needed some threads for performing a surgical intervention, or they wanted some sterile gloves, or they needed some antibiotics, or whatever, something that now in modern society would be very easy to get by, but during the zombie apocalypse it would be more worth than gold, because you cannot eat gold, and you are not going to get well by just having the gold with you, so you need the pills, or you need the food to just feel better. So think about tropes, and think about hitting them, and maybe think about letting your readers know that you're going to hit the following tropes. This was all. I hope you have a great day and keep on writing. Ciao ciao.